Hi guys, and welcome to Magic. My name is Thomas Hansen. I'm one of the magicians over at servergardens.com, and there's a link in the description of this YouTube video to where you can play around with the application I'm playing around with in this YouTube video. The username and password is admin. Both username and password is admin. Yet again, there's a link in the description of this YouTube video to where you can play around with this app. Now, why would you want to play around with this app? Well, it was generated in 1 second and it was deployed up to my server. The entirety of the process took less than 10 minutes, creating the entirety of the app. The app consists of 30,000 lines of code roughly. Dividing that by 750, which happens to be the roughly line of code the average software developer can maximum reproduce per month, implies there's like 2 years of man work in this app, and I created and deployed it into production in less than 10 minutes. Now, what I want to illustrate in this particular YouTube video is a new feature with the latest release that was released like a couple of hours ago, which is brand new. Now, if we go down to film category here, for instance, then, film category is a many-to-many table that links in category with a film. As you can see here in these two filtering text box, the names of the fields are a little bit suspicious, implying if I, for instance, filter here now, it will only show me films containing the names starting out with agent. If I do the same for category here, for instance, comedy, it will only show me comedies, which is kind of weird because none of these fields actually exists in this table. That is because as the backend is now generated as of version 9.6.8 of Magic, Magic actually automatically left joins tables with every single foreign key that exists. So this is actually to retrieve what you're looking at on the screen here now is now only one HTTP request. And if I try to create another film category item here, you see immediately that it actually gives me a list of all the films that exist in my film database table, allowing me to filter, for instance, if I want to choose one of them and then filter on categories. Let's do XD. And as you can see now, item was successfully created. Now, for instance, the staff table, this becomes slightly more clear because staff has one foreign key pointing in to address, allowing me to find an address here and associate it with a new staff as I am creating the staff. This is not a foreign key for the record in the Sequila database, which is kind of weird. It's probably actually kind of like a bug, I'd say, in the Sequila database script. Doesn't matter, still perfectly works. And if I edit items here, you will see it automatically selects the existing address ID and its lookup into the address table, finding the actual address field. All of this was automatically generated for me, without me actually having to manually write a single line of code to make this happen. And as of this release, actually Magic takes care of every single foreign key in this particular way, implemented doing a left join on the foreign key field, where you can actually select which field from the reference table you want to display. So obviously in the film actor, for instance, it displays the first name from the actors table, and it displays the title from the film's title, where the name of the field linking one actor to a film is called film ID, and the name of the field linking one actor to a film is called actor ID here. So this is brand new as of version 9.6.8 and significantly improves the CRUDification process. In addition to that, the CRUDification process also now handles namespace and schemes and all sorts of different possible permutations correctly, completely out of the box. It even sorts fields or orders them intelligently. such as, for instance, if you look at actor here, you see first name and last name are prioritized. Why? Because they contain the word name, etc., etc. If you go to film category, you see the film underscore id.title and the category underscore id.name comes before last update because it's prioritizing referenced fields higher than other types of fields, etc., etc., etc. In fact, I've tested it on half a dozen different types of databases, ranging from SQL Server database scripts I found online to MySQL database scripts I found online, etc., etc. And actually, I've so far been incapable of finding things I actually need to manually modify after I have CRUDified and generated my original front end whatsoever. So by default now, Magic actually generates working production code. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.